And hello again, Internet. Well, here's going to be my free to play review for the day. I actually did not want to review this particular game as I wanted to space out the higher quality, quote, higher quality, unquote, free to play games, the ones that are closer to double AAA titles, closer to, not actually are, as opposed to the more casual games, and yes, including incremental games that I am going to start to cover on that little segment. However, there have been some recent changes to this particular game that I would like to address while they're still relevant. And, well, it kind of pushed us to the front of the library, unfortunately, front of the list. So here we are, Armored Warfare. Obsidian and My.com's response to World of Tanks. And as I mentioned, there's been some changes made recently. One of those changes is Obsidian is no longer involved. My.com dumped them for another developer. So once again, Obsidian is getting screwed by the publishers. That company just cannot catch a break, and that's a real shame. So some of the other things that have happened recently. Well, this new UI is out. The overlay here that we have. It used to be, well, if I click this, you see kind of this blue square thing, and now we've got these brown, roundish everything, which is supposed to look sleek and modern. And to be entirely honest, I hate this new UI. The old UI at least gave us information. It was easy to see where everything was. This one's not the worst, but it's certainly not good. And a lot of times it's difficult to find where things are. And this game has been changing and updating as it's gone on, but ever since Obsidian was dropped out of it recently, they were working on rebalancing the tanks. The other company came in and has had to finish that up, and now they're doing their own version of rebalancing as well. I don't like the direction things are heading, and I'm not alone, as I'm going to show you in just a little bit here. Let me jump in a tank. Where's my Leopard? I'm going to go to a tier 5. Good old Leopard 1i5. Leopards aren't great tanks, but they're fun to drive. I like them. See, we're in the PvP. I'll click action, and yeah. Yeah. Now, I know it's currently afternoon, not exactly peak hours with absolutely nobody playing, but I've tried this during peak hours. There is nobody playing PvP on the US North American servers. It just doesn't exist anymore. And this game does have a PvE element, which is what everyone plays, and it's actually one of the reasons that drew me to this game was the PvE element, but I like PvP as well. I like tank battles against other players. I liked that in World of Tanks. I like it here. I like it in other games, which I will discuss at some point. But this community is dead, basically, and that's a shame. But My.com kind of did it to themselves. Oh, hey, look, there's a second person in the queue now. Well, I'm leaving, because... Now, another thing, and I just got this little notice today, just win a match of GLOPS, Global Operations, and win free gold in our Desert Rush event. Well, okay. Global Operations. Epic battles with changing objectives. Well, let's check it out and see what it's like. Oh, wait. There's no one here either. So, yeah, I'm not going to be able to see what that's all about. Anyway, it's a free-to-play game. It's a tank game. I'll get into a round so we can kind of show some of the PvE stuff in it, and it's still going to be 5 players together. Oops, wrong button. Still going to be 5 players. So there's going to be other people here, assuming I can even get one. I'm just going to do a medium mission so that I can talk. See there. Here's where all the players are sitting. We're all sitting here waiting for the PvE because, well, number one, that's where the only people are. And number two, it actually is more fun than actually trying the game normally. At this point, it's just more fun to shoot a whole bunch of... They're not even really weaker, just not as smart tanks. There's wave after wave of them, and it feels good. It feels powerful to destroy so many other tanks. And we're going to go ahead and do this right now. As I said, there's been some changes recently, and you see the tier spread. There's a 2-tier spread. I've actually seen a 3-tier spread. I've seen one game in this where it was a tier 8, a tier 6, and 3 tier 5s. Yeah, we didn't survive that one. Especially since the tier 8 was the first one who died. I think he just ran out and suicided. But then that's another thing. You're going to have people suiciding when they don't like the team composition. Which, considering how long it gets into a game and how few people are actually playing, that sounds like a really freaking bad idea. At any rate, what are some of the things I like? Well, I like the PvE elements. I like having the varying objectives. I like having the mission stuff. I would like if there was a more cohesive campaign. Oh, hey, they just added a campaign mode. Kind of. Here's what they did. And this is one of the big changes that I wanted to talk about, and one of the reasons I wanted to do this video. Right now, for this month, there are objectives. Going into PvE in hard with one of 3 specific tanks, the tier 6 American Heavy, the M1 Abrams, which I do have, the tier 7 Leopard, which I don't have, I'm working on the tier 5, and the tier 8 M8 Bradley, which I also don't have, I'm working on the tier 6 Swingfire. If you don't have those tanks, you're basically not invited into the global event, of which it really only consists of win 10 games on hard this month. I don't know this map at all. Yeah, win 10 games on hard in PvE using these 3 tanks. I don't know this map, so I'm just doing bad thing right here. So yeah, it's not even a really good objective, and then you don't get to see... Destroy the mine tunnel. Okay, so those are what we're shooting at. You don't get to see what your progress is. You don't get the rewards until the end of the event. So there's no way of telling whether or not you've actually done it if you don't keep track yourself. Oh, dang it, I just hit the module, view module. I didn't actually damage the tank. So there's no way to tell ahead of time. You just have to keep track and hope that they keep track too. Hope that some of your games don't magically disappear. And of course, if you get all 3 of these, you do get a special bonus. And if you get all the special bonuses, you get the elite prize at the end, which I'm not going to tell you what it is. So, okay, well, what do you do if you don't have one of those tanks, or all 3 of those tanks, as you kind of necessarily have to have? Well, you can buy them now. Yeah, even something Wargaming never bothered to do with World of Tanks. You can purchase the progression vehicles, not the premiums, but you can basically just straight up buy your way right into a tier 8. Which, the way this game is set up, if you max out a tier 8, you get a ticket for a tier 9 of your choice, which you do have to, of course, pay for gold. But did I actually go the wrong way and miss shooting the mine entrance? I don't think so. I'm just going to follow these guys because I don't know this map. I honestly have not played this in a while, too, because after the announcement of Obsidian leaving, my interest plummeted, and for good reason. So we have that where you can just straight up buy your way to a tier 8 tank, which will let you, if you max it out, do all the progression on it, will let you buy whatever tier 9 you want, which will let you buy whatever tier 10 you want. That's how they do it in this. It's not that you go up the entire line looking for a specific tank like you do in World of Tanks and other games. Mind you, you do have to go up specific lines up through tier 8. It's just that once you're at tier 8, the tier 9s and 10s are kind of wild cards. Dang it. I was hoping to sneak in under the... There's a little bit of weak skirting under the treads usually, and I was hoping to sneak in under that, but it didn't work. That's okay, I'll just pop it on the side there. And, you know, like World of Tanks, there are varying classes. You've got the heavies are called main battle tanks in this, which is what they're actually supposedly called. It was a T-72 out all on his own. He's going to get himself killed. Actually, I guess they're all following me now, which is weird because I'm just going after this side quest. I guess that is one thing there that since this match you only have to worry about the tunnels themselves, you can snipe the tunnels from a distance away, which is I think what the T-72 just done, and not even worry about the enemy tanks. Although again, another way to win and usually gets you more XP and such is to kill all of the AI tanks, which is a difficult task. You see how many of them are spawning, and yes, they spawn. They show up in the middle of the map. You can be looking right at them and it'll appear. They've tried to fix that a few times, but no, they haven't. I honestly like the way this game feels. It's similar to World of Tanks. I think it's a bit nicer. There's more variety in this than World of Tanks has. With the various vehicles, you have some wheeled vehicles, not just regular tanks on tracks. You have the ability to fire missiles, not just, you know, your cannon shells. You have, what else? Smoke grenades, all kinds of fun stuff. So there's more variety in this. There are more modern tanks that are a bit faster, and there's more different type of focus. There's less focus on like angling your armor, like I'm kind of doing right now. And because, you know, some things aren't going to care whether your armor's angled or not. Some focus on, oh boy, the front armor, especially in the British tanks. The front armor is just obscene on those things. Okay, I'm going to pop my repair kit. Oh, I'm on fire. Ooh. That is the first time I've had to use a fire extinguisher in a long time. That is another thing. In PvE, you can have that special slot 7 there, that orange consumable, is specific to PvE. And a lot of times it's, well, I use the field rebuild kit. If you use it before you die, it replenishes your ammo, replenishes your health. If you use it after you die, it brings you back with 60% health. And of course, replenishes your ammo again. Yeah, it's kind of stupid that, oh, hey, I can suddenly repair my tank. But, you know, it's a video game. What do you expect? Okay, also, my ammo rack's been hit, so I'm actually going to go ahead and repair that. And of course, I have the repair all one. There, that one's dead. So now that we've destroyed the 4 mine entrances, we have to go escape because they're after us. So we got to get to the escape point. And like I said, they have the objectives in the PvE, which makes it more fun. I would honestly want to play this as more of an actual campaign, where you have to complete missions in order and can upgrade your tanks that way, instead of just the straight World of Tanks, etc. model of, well, you have this tank, you upgrade the parts to it, then you have a maxed out tank for a while, then you can buy the next one once you have enough XP and unlock it. And especially since they recently kind of nerfed that, the actual upgrades to your tank, they really sliced down how many there were. Yeah, I'm gonna help them kill these guys. Yeah, they really cut down how many actual upgrades each tank has. So once you buy a tank, you're almost as good as that tank's gonna get already. I don't like that. Another thing is you can kind of buy the free XP, or global reputation they call it in this, which can be used to upgrade any tank. Every tank has some that you spend your regular on to upgrade to global, and that's after you're already halfway up the tank. You can do that. And that also is really weird choice to me. One I don't particularly like. And again, that was a new adaptation, something that was changed with the rebalancing of tanks by the new company. Alright, there we go. I'm going to jump on the spot here, which is going to piss somebody off because, oh no, we're not ready, we're not ready. Shut up. We're going to end this one because there's a bunch of tanks over there that we never dealt with because the T-72 went at them alone. Whatever. Yeah, good game. It was just a medium, so of course we rolled it. And I'll show you when we get into the garage, I'll show you some of the effects and all in there. This game, of course, it does have camouflage, which I'm not wearing. It does have emblems, which I am wearing. It has no sayings, inscriptions, like World of Tanks has. And no, they don't really possess any bonuses. Even World of Tanks realized that was a really bad idea. So there we go. That's one example PvE mission. I would love to show you what PvP looks like in this, or what the global ops looks like, but I can't. There is nobody playing it. So let's get into where this game is going to pinch you on money. And to be honest, I think this is one of the things that might have been causing a problem with this game, is where's it going to pinch you on money? It's really not. You do have the problem with the global XP. You got to pay gold to convert it. But as much as people complain about some of the things in World of Tanks, not bad, not bad. At least World of Tanks has a pay model and a reason to pay. Yes, this game has premium account. You can actually earn some of it through playing. I haven't active, which they come in at least bonuses, which I'll show you in a little bit. You can activate them that way. I will show you how the upgrades are. And again, just look at this UI. I'm sorry, this looks terrible because it used to be that it gave you actual information on the things below it. Now you have to hover over it to find stuff out, and you can't compare. And here's what I was talking about with the other. These are only available once you've got the tank to, what is this reputation? Halfway. Oh, once they're halfway, which, wow, they've even changed that. Amazing. Because there used to be different marks on these for the ones that were halfway, ones that were full, ones that were empty, and there doesn't appear to be the halfway mark anymore. So maybe it doesn't. Maybe this literally doesn't have to be halfway anymore. But I could spend 8,455 XP in this tank, which I don't quite have, to just buy 3,450 global XP, which I have, as you see, 400,000 sitting on it right now. Doesn't do me any good. I mean, I could do it, and I can only do it 3 times per tank. It's just a little bit of extra global XP. Okay. And in this game, I actually would recommend using it to upgrade your tank to the next one, which right now, if I had the 4 million, I'd just spend my global. I would just spend my global because it would only cost, this is my vehicle progress. It would only cost about, what? Well, let's find out. Progress. Advanced progress. It would only take about 60,000 of that to convert this to the next tier. But I can't buy that anyway, so it doesn't matter. Now, World of Tanks kind of gets you by, if you like cosmetics, you can spend the in-game currency on them, but they'll wear off in about a week or a month or a day, depending on how cheap you buy. Or you can spend gold to have them on permanently, make your tank look better. And in that game, the camouflage does make a difference. It makes you a little bit harder to see. Not much, but a little bit. And I think it's true in this game as well. So if you want the camouflage, you have to pay for it, basically. This, I believe, is a special tank. Yeah, it's a special tank, which is why it has a little bit of camouflage on it. That's another thing, too. I can't tell that that's a special tank looking at this. Other than, okay, there we go. There's a bit of gold in there. That's it. And as you see, having the special tank, you get a bonus to your reputation, which doesn't matter, and a bonus to your credits, which does matter. And it's also, you see, it's got a gold name. So, whereas this is just a regular tank, this is a premium. And this one actually has a crew that I should level up. That's another thing. Each tank in this has its own individual crew. Unlike World of Tanks, one of the main things for the premiums is to level up your crew. You take your crew out of one of the other tanks, you put them in the premium, they get all of their stats. They're not weakened for being in a premium tank, and you can train them that way. I'll admit, that's a good system and an incentive to actually use your premium tanks. You level up your crew, you get better stats. It just makes your tank better, but you got to use the premiums to do it. And there are people who will complain up one side and down the other. Well, it's just pay to win. Blah, blah. Well, yeah, a bit. But it is actually an incentive to pay. In this one, okay, this is a premium tank. What does it give me? A little bit more money. Well, you get more reputation. You get regular reputation that you would have to spend to convert to the global reputation. So that's not particularly impressive. And I can't train crew for other tanks. I can train the commanders because the commander switches around. But I can train the commander in anything and gets the same stuff throughout, basically. Well, I guess no, he would get a little bit more reputation here. But that's it, just the commander. That's not, especially since the commanders, you get 5 levels and it does not take long to level them. Done, great, whatever. So they didn't incentivize you to actually buy premium tanks, other than the fact that some of them are quite fun. And one of the only things with the premiums is, for example, this custom paint job. There's a lot of premiums that the only point to getting them is the custom paint jobs. Like, this is a mercenary tank. See, that's the Merc there. They've got Ice, they've got Wolf, they've got Shark, they've got a Joker one coming out. But they're the same tank, just with a different paint job. How many times are you going to buy the same tank? And, you know, down here we got a Reaper tank. Which I bought these not for the skin. I bought them because I wanted these tanks. Because these were the pre-order tanks, which I missed the pre-order on. That this is the first time they were available later. And I was like, whoa, wow. Number one, it's the tanks I want. Number two, God, they look kind of cool. But those are basically the only special tanks that I bought for the skins. But right now, that's the only reason to buy most of the premiums, is for the skins. And I gotta tell you, most people don't care. Most people really don't care. Especially since a lot of those skins don't look that good. The Merc one does. I hate the Ice one. The Shark one, The Wolf one looks kind of like the Merc, except instead of a skull, it's got 3 claw marks on the side. Other than that, it's black and red also. If you just sold them as skins to the tanks, that would be something too. But no, you have to buy a whole new tank to get it. There's no premium ammunition in this either, whereas World of Tanks, you have the gold ammo, which you can spend actual in-game silver currency on, but it's very expensive. But the main thing is you're supposed to spend your gold on it. So premium ammo, premium bullets that actually do better job. This game doesn't have that. Another thing, in World of Tanks, you can only have so many tanks as how many slots you have. If you buy a new tank, you have to either have a new slot for it or sell one of your old tanks. You can see by my list down here that, and I can't scroll. God damn it, guys, this UI sucks. I can't just pick and scroll anymore, but you can see just how many tanks are down on this list. You know, each one of these is moving it by 2. And I'm not even out of the tier 4, tier 5, tier 6, tier 7, tier 8. I only have the one tier 8, and it's a premium. Although I could, this I could actually just flat out free XP up. I could free XP up this one, but I don't have the money for the new tank, so I'm not doing it. This used to be the progression tank, but when they rebalanced it, they were going to remove it, and instead of removing it, they just moved it to premium, which I'm glad, because I like this tank a lot. So now I have a premium version of it. Yay. The only way you could get this premium version is that way, is if you had this tank when it was progression. There's another tank down here. Let's filter these premiums. Okay, there's another tank down here. Where are you? The Abbott VE. Tier 3 artillery. The only way you got this particular one is if you had the Abbott at tier 3 back when they decided, no, the Abbott has to be a tier 4. And they gave you a little bit of nerfed version at tier 3, and they gave you this. They've never sold this tank. They're never going to sell this tank. That was the only way to get it. You'll also notice I don't have the Abbott anymore. That's because they decided that they were going to change the way artillery worked. Artillery is not even available in PvP anymore at all. It's only available in PvE, and the enemies do not do any artillery at all anymore. Because people don't like artillery. But they're still in the game. Because they didn't want to piss people off who had artillery and actually like artillery. And, for example, well, they call them SPGs in this, but I have SPGs. I've got this tier 3, which they actually had 2 different lines that they merged together into one. So that's why I have the tier 3, the tier 4, the tier 5. No tier 6, but I have the tier 7. It's weird. They merged them together into, and, you know, moved half of them up, left half of them at the same rank. That was just dumb. Oh, but yeah, they're kind of useless now. So they said, well, okay, so the people that have the Abbott, we'll just give you the gold for it. If you want to buy it again, you can buy it again. But because we've changed it, we'll just give you the gold again because we might not want it anymore. And, well, I don't want it anymore because I can't use it. So what the hell's the point? So I don't have it anymore. But at least once you have a tank, you have it. You never have to let it go. You can sell it if you want money. But I'd rather just earn the money in the game. And I'm going to go ahead and run one of these premium tanks and show off one of these a little bit. Let's see. Some of these were also giveaways, like the IS-7 back here. I'm pretty sure this one was just given away. It wasn't one that you purchased. I could be wrong. Some of these are from the collector's edition. For example, the Object 430 I don't believe has ever appeared anywhere except the collector's edition. So I might want to run, again, you know, I could run it for fun, but no one will care. This one was given away as a jab at World of Tanks because, hey, look, it's a Type 59. It used to be called the Type 59, well, there it is, Type 59 Legend. They gave this away because they figured, well, everyone deserves a Type 59 in making fun of World of Tanks. And when Obsidian did that, this game was riding high, and it was beautiful. Now it doesn't matter. Again, like this one used to be a regular tank. It got converted over. These two were also part of the premium pack I bought way back. This is just a dang fun tank. Really good front armor, too. And then, of course, Merkava. Hell yeah. I know it's not supposed to be hell, but whatever. This is just a nice, heavily armored front armor tank. I like it. I can run it right now. They also, at one point, here's a weird thing. They gave, as one of the giveaway tanks, let me show you here if I can find it. Here we go. Notice there's a Type 62. Then there's this Type 62 Veteran, which has a different paint job. However, unlike most of the giveaway tanks, it's actually the full-on regular tank. So they gave, but it's not part of the progression tree. So they gave away a tank that should have, in all rights, this should have been a premium. But it's just a regular version of the Type 62 with a different paint job as a giveaway. Okay. So yeah, they're not squeezing you for money on this. Now you'll notice there's slots down here. These are retrofits. This is where you're going to spend if you're actually really invested in this game. This is where you're going to spend your money, your in-game credits. Because as you see how expensive these things get, and these just straight up increase the stats on your tank, as well as the consumables. And you got bonus stuff here. I'm going to do another round, and then I'll talk about what the bonus stuff is, because at this point, I would like to actually get another round in, so you guys are seeing something other than the garage, the hangar, of which, we're outside of now anyway. So, okay, we're in the garage, except we're not. We're sitting outside. I'll go ahead and run the Merkava, minimize this. I was just talking about inventory. They started doing challenges, and I can't do anything because I'm in the queue, so I can't really show it off. They started doing these challenges a while back. In PvP, you have these challenges to unlock. In PvE, stuff like damage on the runs while moving, get wins in an AFV, get wins in an LT. You can remove one every day. Now it's kill LTs. You can only remove one a day. But all three of these, every one you complete will repopulate. Those that you don't complete will stay, so you can complete them later. Each one gets you a box, and you get extra boxes for how many you complete every day. There's 3 on PvE, 3 on PvP. Those boxes, what is taking so long in the queue? Oh, great. Well, this is going to be fun. Those boxes give you, well, boosts like this. You can get a little bit of money, you can get a little bit of reputation, or you can get insignias, they call them, and buffs for limited time things, which I'll go through after I finish. Can I get into the queue, please? Since I can't actually change them right now, I can't really show you. There we go, joining the mission. It's going to be awful, though. We're going to have 3 tier 9s, a tier 8, and me. That's what it looks like is going to happen. I shouldn't have gone hard. I should have gone I should have gone medium. Oh no, 87765. It's even worse. Now, you notice this guy's got the Terminator, and the Terminator with the asterisk. The asterisk means it's the special version. So he's got the Reaper Terminator, like I do. Here's a glitch going on right now with that gun, with that tank, and with any of the auto fire tanks. Their reload time is currently the same as their in-between bullet time. So basically, they never reload. Yeah, and that's a pretty major glitch, especially for the Terminator and such, because that thing's got a gun that'll just tear you to shreds, but it's only supposed to have so many shots before it reloads, right? And it takes a while to reload. Yeah, no, right now it just fires nonstop. Now, this weather effect of the blizzard coming through, this is actually new. And I don't like it. It's kind of a neat effect, but it makes parts of this map really hard to see. Which is kind of the point, I guess, but... Alright, and now the Terminator also, it did not used to be a tank destroyer, that's what the symbol next to it means. It used to be an A... Ooh, ow, wow! Okay, I found a crossfire, holy shit. Yeah, even my opponent, even my friends, or even my teammates are going, "Wow, that was bullshit." Fucking hell! It's like there's an enemy over there that I cannot see. I'm also driving very poorly right now. Jesus Christ! What is he hitting? Oh, it's a Thunderbolt. No freaking wonder. Those things got a massive gun on them. So I'm getting destroyed by an invisible Thunderbolt right now. Yeah, guys, I'm going over to the tanks that are just killing me. Like this motherfucker right here has been just wrecking me. And they took out my view scope, so now I can't spot him anymore. Dang it. Well, I'm pretty much out this round. Good God. What is with my... Oh my god, they got my ammo rack.
Good job, Black Company. We just got visuals back on our drones. It looks like the enemy is pulling back.
Oh, man.
Drones can't see anything in this storm. We need you over at the Eastern Derricks ASAP.
Well, I've been beaten down. So there's the Terminator pecking away at that. Alrighty. Yeah, that was unhelpful. You'll notice that everyone's also pretty much using either a premium or an MBT. Because MBTs are just ungodly strong in this game. I took a lot of hits there, but oftentimes the MBTs, especially in PvE, where there's so many enemies, we're the only ones that can actually survive anything. Because you're going to get shot by so many tanks in this. And heavies have the best armor. And we bounce a lot of shots. We bounce too many shots, to be entirely honest. So whereas World of War tanks is kind of World of Mediums. Oh crap, that's a lieutenant. That means that that's an actually more powerful version of the tank with a better driver. And unfortunately, given that that's a freaking tier 8, it's going to wreck me. Because the Bradleys are actually pretty strong. Alright, I need to repair that. I can't. Alright, I need to repair my ammo rack. And do some actual damage to this guy. Now, see how much better... Oh, man. Shattered. You see how much better my reload speed is. Oh, no, I've got... Okay. I see what's going on. The Merkava has a 3-round magazine now. I don't think it did before. Alright. That makes sense to me. Where are you? Maybe I just haven't played this tank in so long that I've forgotten, but I don't recall it having this 3-round magazine before. Which explains the longer reload time. But yeah, that was still doubled though, so I've still cut that in half. I do still like these missions, but as you see, if you're not coming in with an MBT, there's almost no point. Because there's too many tanks to otherwise deal with. And so, because you're in, and there's only 5 players, because everyone's in MBTs, you have a situation like what just happened there. Nobody could spot the enemy, and I was getting shredded. Oh, dang it, I'm on my... Oh god, that thing's behind me now. You also notice that they have their own custom camouflage. The enemies do, which is good. They should. They should have a special camouflage for them. Okay, well, I've lost my track. Dang it, that missed. Was the other one behind me still? Or was it the one up front that got me? Right click locks your turret so I can look around and not swing my barrel. Come on, can I get you far? Can I get a distance shot on you? Nope! I missed. Oh, they're capping hard too. Trying to get down there and stop them. Missed again. Well, I was driving on that one, so not a surprise. Reload while I'm driving down. Because the flag is over there. So you I need to hit as soon as I can. Someone already popped you good. There's someone else on that we're not seeing. That or no one's able to hit the bolt. Don't fall, you take damage. So usually when you hit them when they're on the point... Or shoot, was the one I was shooting at not on the point? Yeah, if you hit them when they're on the point, it'll knock them off the point. Where's the fucking point? Oh, Jesus! I can't even see. Oh, there's the point. Okay.
Identify target.
Oh, I'm getting shot from behind now, too. God damn it. Yeah, that's game. I was just getting pegged from every direction. Didn't do that well anyway. But yeah, we don't have any vision. So that's why I came up there and all of a sudden hit from the left, hit from the front, hit from the side. Getting hit from all directions. And yet we're still going to win this one because they didn't get a chance to cap in time. If the AI was actually on the point right now, they'd win, but the AI all left the point. And that's another thing too. This Terminator's off in La La Land, but we still win. And this is on hard, mind you. So that goes my first win of the day on that tank. You see the extra money, extra bonus stuff. GG. Not really, no. Oh, well. It was a win. That's all that matters. So, in script, let's show you some of the gear in this game. You saw how frustrating that round was, and it was pretty frustrating. But what are you gonna do? If I wasn't in a heavy tank, I would have gotten killed a lot faster. Second place on the team there. I tried. Did not do well personally though. That was a pretty poor round for me, unfortunately. And no, I don't accept invites. Random invites. Sorry, guy, not gonna happen. Okay, so let's take a look at this inventory now. With the boxes, which I've yet to earn any of the boxes. But we get two types of things. Insignia, oh, four types of things, excuse me. You get insignias. You can get boosts. You can get the consumables, and you can get premium time. Now, I don't think you ever actually get premium time from the boxes. You might, but it would be extremely rare. These have come from various other event things, which, you know, I'm honestly considering popping one of these at some point because I do want to try to get my Leopard and get up to the Bradley for the event, but I honestly don't care. Also, I'm so disenfranchised with this. Now you notice that these ones are in orange. These are the PvE only. The maintenance kits just give you full ammo and repair 20%. The field rebuild kit, actually, rebuild kit does not restore your ammo. It just repairs you. Unless you die, then it restores your ammo. Boosts are kind of like the premium time. They're ones that are active for a certain amount of time. You can put a boost in the global slot, just the regular slot. For example, this one would work for... I guess they all work for the same amount of time. I would assume an hour a day. I don't know. Let's waste one. What is this? Bronze, Fortune, and Fame. Why not? I got a few of these. Well, what do I have the most of? Screw it. It's a bronze. I don't care. Now, put it in the regular slot. Confirm. It lasts for 12 hours. That's not too bad. Now, there's a premium slot. You notice it says here, like premium activation. It would cost 15 gold to put it in there. Whereas this would cost 100 gold to put it in. So you could have two boosts running at once if you paid for them. Yay. So insignias, as you'll see, I have a huge battery of those. And these are on a per tank basis and only for one fight. And they come in the 5 different tiers, the same as like, we've got steel, bronze, silver, gold, platinum. At least they changed these boxes to change up the number of stripes on them, so you can tell the difference in a quickly glance. It used to be really hard to see what was a silver and what was a platinum, but they changed the graphics here. So let's take a look at these. You've got credits, commander XP, global reputation, just reputation, and crew XP. So if I were really trying to grind a tank out, I could use these plus my boosts plus premium time, and it all does add up. So I probably could get the tank I wanted through the 2 tanks I wanted through that. And I might try that this week. We will do another round. I'm going to actually go down to a lower tier. I'm going to actually go ahead and use the artillery. And along with using the artillery, words. First off, what commander have I got here? Aim speed, yes. Vehicle repair rate. What do we have here? Camouflage doesn't really matter. Vision range really doesn't matter. We'll do that one. And actually, let's see if we can switch this, because there's a couple. I think these two. So this is the thing. Here's the commanders. There's some that are basic. There are some that you can actually buy in game. Some of these come from earning a specific tank. I don't even know if they still exist anymore because of when they changed things up. But let's see what we have here. And you'll also notice that a lot of the times their skills are pretty freaking similar. Ammo swap speed, vehicle repair, and it doesn't matter. So I'll take this one because of the aim speed. And I'm going to go ahead and use the Abbott. Let's driver. I don't need any of this. Accuracy while moving, hull traverse, acceleration off-road. Heck with it, we'll do the acceleration off-road. I'm not planning on driving all that much. Aim speed, because I'm artillery, I need that. Reload speed, because I'm artillery, I need that. And they just call it rate of fire now. Okay, so let's go ahead and customize the tank. As you see, it's a premium, so there's nothing here to buy. And as a premium, I'll get a little bit of extra money while running it. And there's only the one type of ammo even. Let's customize the tank. Now, there's different types of customization. There's decals, and there's a fair number of these. And one thing I will give this game credit for, again, it's another thing, where they weren't trying to nickel and dime you, and I think that might have been its downfall, because it doesn't nickel and dime you. I can buy, I guess you can buy these inscriptions, because there are, as you see, they're in categories. You can buy them on a per tank basis, or you can just straight up buy them. If I spent $250, I would have alpha for all of my tanks. It would be available for everything. And when they give out ones for winter events, or just any special event, it's for all of your tanks. I prefer this one. I love this. Halloween 2015, the Ghost Shell. My favorite. I put that on all the sides of my tanks. The one in back can vary. There's a lot of variety I have here. And there's a few that I've paid for, too. A couple flags when they were really cheap. Camouflage. Now, there's 2 different things with the camouflage. There's one... What the heck is that? Oh, it's the mirror. Wow, really? There's the base color. I can make this golden if I want. And this will only appear in the desert. I'm going to do that because hilarious. I can change its winter color. I can be kind of a dark gray like my Merkava kind of was. A middle color, but I'm going to go with blinding bright white. And of course we have the forest camouflage, of which there's 6 different colors to choose from. And they all look awful. They just do. So I tend to go with that one. Now there are camouflages as well. If I don't go to show owned, you can see the various camouflages here. And these ones are on a per tank basis. But one thing this game does that, again, does not nickel and dime you, if I wanted to, I could just spend 600,000 per type here. And you'll notice that it doesn't actually increase my camouflage factor at all. But I could spend 600,000 to paint the tank. And it would be permanently painted, not timed painted. I'm not doing this, obviously. Camo, base paint, woodland, blah, blah, blah. Because all I have is the base paints. And you actually do unlock some of these through achievements. This game has achievements. Go to dossier. The achievements are not particularly impressive. There's my stats. My PvP stats are not great. And as you see, I didn't even have that many games. Oh, that's actually not too bad, 67. I've done significantly more PvE, and it's a lot easier to win there. I've never done Global Ops. I've never done Lord of War. You can see my various vehicles, my win rates in them, and the achievements here. And as you see, here's how you earn the achievements. You earn the woodland ones by, well, playing on woodland maps. You earn the winter ones by playing on winter maps. It really is nothing more special than that. And you see what base paint you get based on what tier you are. That just lets you color them. That's all. Other than that, most of the achievements do nothing. They'll give you like rewards, some currency, some. I think I'm really close to this. As in, the next tank I buy might do that. Well, how many tanks do I have? Was it 67? Vehicles. How many do I own? Does it tell me? No, it doesn't. That's a shame. All right. So you've taken a look at the achievements. You've taken a look. Another point is you have these portraits that you can use. You can either use the various commanders, only the default ones by the looks of it. You can have the default no. You can unlock these through the various tanks, and you have titles, some of which you buy, like Emperor was part of the expansion pack. Some of them you unlock while playing. Yay. That it means very little. It means almost nothing, in fact. Let's take a look at the dealers and the tanks that are available. There are 3 different types of dealers. This is the newest one. I know they have like the Wolfie, the Shinkin. I just call them Wolf, Bear, and Dragon, since that's what they are. And Wolf here, you see you got the premium tanks as well as the various lines. You got standard armor. You start with the tier 1. All 3 of them, you get the tier 1s. You use that to unlock these, and each of these has a condition to unlock. For this one, progress any tier 2 to renowned. For this one, progress any tier 1 vehicle on Wolf. So progress the M4. Thank you. Oh, stupid. For the leopards, again, progress anything. Really? Well, I was going to tell you that those had different requirements and all to unlock, but apparently they don't anymore. It's just whenever you get, if you get one of these 2, all the way down the progression tree, it unlocks all of these. Except for this one, which unlocks here. So, which you can't buy these anyway until, I'm okay. And you see there's even a tier 2 premium vehicle, which I have. It's kind of fun. If I play with some friends who are new to the game, I can whip this out, no problem. I can play with my low tier vehicles. I like the fact that I still have those. I tend to spend most of my time in the higher tiers. And as you see, you get to this part, and in order to get these, you need to have a token from it. And as you see, unlock tokens can only be used once per vehicle unlocked to unlock a single vehicle in the next tier. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tier 8s here, but there's only 5 tier 9s and only 3 tier 10s. And, whoopsie, didn't mean to scroll in. That's all the tiers there are, despite there being more room down there for some reason. I apparently can't scroll out now. Awesome. And here is actually, you know, 4, 4, 4. And here we have 1, 1, 1. So this is the only one that has more 8s than the others. It hasn't filled its line out yet, I guess. So we're going to go by the bear. And let me get... Oh, wait! Wow, you can jump straight to tier 4 this way. Because you only need to unlock one of these. And then boom, you can buy a tier 4. But again, there's no special requirements anymore, which is dumb. They used to have special requirements, which I really liked. I was going to brag about that. I was going to talk about how awesome that was. And then just gone. At any rate, as you can see, there are different types. You have the American MBTs, which I guess the XM1 is now a purchase premium. You can still buy that, so I was wrong about that. There's the MBT 70, which I have the special version of, which is why I'm not going to bother buying that. You have wheeled fire support, which become the wheeled tank destroyers, so I don't know why it's called that up here. The Leopard variants, which are also pretty awesome. BMP development. And more fire support vehicles. And these ones are actual kind of fire support vehicles. I don't know. See, they had a problem with the TDs, too. They started mixing them around and seeing which is which. Western European BMTs. These things are pretty awesome. Great front armor. You see, I have all 3 of the premiums here. European MBTs. Russians, basically. Armored fighting vehicles, which are also kind of like the others. But these ones use cannons instead of guns. I believe. I could be wrong. Either the BMD or the BMP, one of them uses automatic, one of them uses cannons and missiles. They're both pretty decent if you like that kind of tank. And the, quote, light tanks, unquote. We go up to Zenfang. We've got Chinese tanks, so knockoffs. And these are new. And they moved the Abbott over here because this is where the SPGs are. They moved them all over here into one line. And then we have the Assault APC. The single Assault APC, which is actually really fun to drive. Not a whole lot of variety there yet. This game is about 2 years old now as far as being open to the public. And well, it's about a year and a half, I'd say, open to the public. And it's not bad for a game that young, but like I said, they've been doing so many other changes to it besides adding vehicles that they've been adding missions, which is good. They've been trying to fix things, but the whole shift in development team really threw a wrench into that. Let's go ahead and jump back in the game now that I've shown off the... And as you see, I can't actually choose hard with this. I'm going to go to easy because I don't care. You can't actually choose hard in the lower tiers. That's good. You can't join PvP below tier 3, which is also good. You can't get just flooded with PvP. That way you're trying to learn the game a little bit in PvE before you can play against people. I don't mind this. I think low tier PvP is pretty cancerous anyway. So yes, artillery. These guys probably haven't seen artillery. I haven't played artillery in a long time either, so let's see how it works. These guys get to behold a very rare tank. So I'm showing off now, using one of my real rare tanks. And we'll kind of show you how artillery is done in this game, which I haven't done in a while, so it could be a surprise to me. Yeah, behold one of the rarer tanks in the game. Never available for sale.
All right, Black Company. We have a Cartel fort to capture. I hope it's not another human strategy fight like last time. You ready? Black Company, two objectives.
Let them know what this tank is. Okay, so I'm going to back off here.
See if you can retrieve any useful intel from them.
And, you know, it's like World of Tanks or Soldier. You get a little bit of a bird's eye view. Wait for it to go down. And that's as good a name as you're going to get. Popped it. So yeah, apparently this is considered to be not fun, not good in PV, not good enough for PvP. Ah, flew over it, missed. Still got one more before I have to reload, so... Ah, missed again. Missed low. That's the problem. These tanks are not at all accurate. Now, where are you? I thought I saw... Oh, no. The only active visual... Oh, there's a visual up here. Not anymore. Now, another thing is when you're playing and... Okay, well, I'll tell you what it used to do. Like, for example, if you were in that tank, it would tell you that artillery was targeting you. It wouldn't tell you when you were getting shot at. It would just say, hey, there's artillery targeting you. So you get a little bit of knowledge that that's happening. Which, again, you'll never find anymore. Also, every time artillery fired, it kind of pinged the map. So, anyway. Failed to fuse! Oh, come on. I said it would actually ping the map, so the other team would know in the general area where the artillery was, and the more you fired without moving, the more locked down it became. So anti-artillery would be a lot of that as well, where they would just kind of fire off to roughly where they were. Now, unfortunately, I can't really... Okay, yes, come up that. Look at that nice hit. Oh, yeah. Come over here. Oh, no, I'm blocked by a building there. So I wish you had a little bit better view of what you were looking at than this overhead, so that you can see what's blocking you. Move forward. So yeah, that's artillery. That's the entirety of artillery. People don't like artillery, especially in PvP, because, oh, it can hit me while being safe and behind and no one can see it. Well, yeah. They also tend to not be able to move very much, and if they ever get spotted, they're pretty much instantly killed. So, okay, there's going to be some guys popping up over here. This is where they're going to start spawning in from, so... I say that, and then they show up down here. Damn you, game! Crap, it's so blocked by buildings. That building is blocking me. So I can't do much there. Can I... Ooh, wait, you? Completely behind that building. How about over here? No, those things are blocking me. So that's another point with the artillery. Like, okay, yay, I have artillery. Can't hit anything. Can't aim at anything. You can try to artillery TD, but you've not really got a whole lot of options for that. You can't zoom in close range like you can with the other tanks. You have that overhead view, so that's not particularly helpful either. Okay, they've killed him. So I'm going to sit on top of this hill, which should hopefully put me over the buildings. And I'm going to go back and look in this direction. Now that I've moved, I probably can't hit anything over here either. Nope. Yeah, now that I moved, that area is pretty much screwed for me. Let's be honest, it was screwed for me anyway. Let's go ahead and reload my full thing. I'm going to go capture the point. I don't care. These guys are kind of waiting for the enemies to show up so they can kill them. Oh, there's one. There's a couple. Told you they'd show up over there. This is a better place to be. Look at that. Nice solid shot right into it. And now I wait for the reload. I forget what the numpad 0 does. Let's find out. Oh, the alt fire is just the different mode. Okay. Derp. I'm dumb. You used to have different types of, like, you used to be able to drop flares and smoke grenades too, but smoke shells. Yeah, that's gone because they've really wanted to nerf the artillery. Now, come on, there's a tank over here. Yeah, you would be behind the boxes, you bastard. And you know what? I'm just gonna go sit on the point. The hell with you. The ironic part is, if I had stayed back where I was, I probably would be able to hit them. No, I'm gonna get off the point. Because, again, we've got plenty of time. Might as well get as many kills as we can. Wow, actually a couple of us are dead. Fuck this. There's 2 dead. I'm going on the point. I'm just gonna sit here. Alright, there's something going on over there. No, that one's done. Okay. They got them all. So that's artillery, and as you see, it's just... It could have been fun, but people don't like the fact that you can get shot from a distance. They don't like snipers in any type of game. This is basically the sniper tank, even though there's also tank destroyers that have that role. So people complained, and they've been nerfed into oblivion and practically removed from the game for all intents and purposes. There's no enemy ones. There's no PvP ones. You will never be a target of artillery anymore, other than friendly fire. And you can only ever use yours in PvE. And you can't have 2 people with them as well. Only 1 per. So even if you're in a group, only 1 of you can use it. Which is at least better than World of Tanks, where you literally cannot use it in a team. Because there, too, people don't like artillery. They've been complaining. And here's the thing, they get rid of artillery. Game doesn't really change that much. People overestimate artillery. So yeah, that's Armored Warfare. I wanted to love it. I really did. And when Obsidian was at the helm, when this game was first came out and it was new, it was a breath of fresh air. It was so much better than World of Tanks. It didn't try to nickel and dime you. I spent money, lots of money. You can see all the money I spent on this game. Bought collector's editions, bought a bunch of tanks. I wanted this game to succeed, but it wasn't enough. And this game at this point, the development team switch. I don't like the direction it's going. This UI looks absolutely hideous to me. There's nobody playing it PvP. I've lost my inspiration. The current way that this campaign is being held, where it's just you have to have one of these 3 specific tanks and just go get 10 wins out in a hard mission in the next month. That's the campaign. That's not a campaign. That's an achievement. It's a goal. And there's no in-game challenge for it either. There's no in-game recording of it. They didn't even bother to put that in. If they wanted to do missions like that, if they wanted to do fun little missions, that's fine. I have no problem. World of Tanks does that too. They've got the mission stuff. And there can be good prizes for it. I wish they'd let us know the prizes ahead of time. But no, nothing. At least the game is pretty. Armored Warfare. I wish I could recommend it, but I can't. It's a dying game. and that pains me. So tomorrow, I changed up recently what game I'm going to play for tomorrow. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a full playthrough of it because I've never played it before and it's a racing game, or if I'm just going to have a demonstration of it and then have to go to my original game plan anyway. But tomorrow we're going to take a look at a kind of a classic game, if you remember PC gaming in the mid 90s. Thanks to GOG's sale, Good Old Games, GOG.com. Check it out. They're having their summer sale right now, ahead of time from Steam's. So, spend your money there before you get it all to Steam. Hint, hint. I picked up Mega Race, and we're going to check it out tomorrow. Yeah, hit my microphone. Until then, take care and enjoy the games you play.